In our project, it was a very broad role. Our game designer had to communicate with our domain experts also, and yeah, it was really collaborating with different domain, and he had to kind of be on top of the whole process all the time. Mm, in serious game, you have to be more involved with or actually you have to educate yourself more on how teaching generally happens and how learning, what is the learning process, and kind of yeah, be involved in that domain also. Uh, it's uh, it's quite same as in entertainment games, but it requires more know-how on educational and learning sector and how that learning process goes. Yes, it's very iterative and kind of you have to figure out first. In our case, you have to figure out what results you want to have in the game. I mean, what do you want the game to promote, and what are the benefits that you would like to have, and then kind of start from that angle and then design the game functions based on that. I would say mm, playability, and then the how does the learning process happens, and then the actual benefits, so that all those three are like combined together, and it's like very smooth on that level. We had a game designer, and then we had two developers and one graphic. The team was consisted of 5 people. Since the resources are what they are, we don't have millions to spend. You have to go what you have, and I think we managed okay. Of course, afterwards we could have done some things differently. Uh, he was practically responsible of the whole game developing process. He had to communicate with the domain experts and then the developing team, and of course with us, the managers, kind of knowing where to go and what are the schedules, and it was really broad role that our game designer had. I think it's very common, yes. In our case, the learning and dental health aspect, it gave a really much more like burden to the game designer. He had to get familiar with the dental health and learning process generally. Uh, in my opinion, it's thing that the end user doesn't know that he's playing a serious game. I think it should feel like any other game that is very appealing, and that the end user doesn't realize that he's learning when he plays. He just feels that it's fun and entertaining, and In some cases, yes. I had my brother's daughter that are 5 and 7. We got some good ideas from them. It's always recommended to use children if you get any if you have them in around to use. Uh, we felt that the game design document was the most important document that we had because since the process was very iterative, we had to make like a lot of changes in the game design and different functions, and all those had to be documented. And the game design document was the one where you could find out the whole process. Well, that was the responsible of game designer, and he had a document on cloud, and everyone could access it and read it. And if you make changes in the document, you have to actually the document itself tells who had made which changes, and but usually it was the responsibility of a game designer. He made all the changes there during the process. Uh, well, I think our game designer used ready form, and uh, of course every project is one of a kind itself, and but yeah, usually it's like yeah, if you find like ready template, you can use them. Of course, uh, it's a bit more serious art since it's really uh, more demanding and more kind of restrictions and kind of if you're trying to teach someone, then it's you have to have some kind of like references and authority to do so. And in the entertainment side, it's more just like trying and like creatively finding your way kind of thing. But in serious games, it's more a bit more serious. But arts still. No, I don't think so. I think gameplay is as important in serious game as in entertainment game also, since the main function is to play, and when the play is fun, then comes the learning and all the good stuff. First, I think the user should feel like entertained and that it was fun, and then after those comes the realization that okay, this was like educational, and I learned something new, and it wasn't just pure fun and pure entertainment. It was something useful also. In our case, you see those things like in changing of habits that children start to brush more often and longer time, and actually those are the things that parents in our case see in our app. Not so much the end user, which is the kid, but when the kid is having fun and playing the game, then the outcome is that they learn. I see that gamification is will have a very important role in everything that we do, and since kids tend to think that everything is kind of should be fun and game, and at some point that is forgotten. But with gamification, we're trying to bring that to everything we do. Also, adults, that when something is fun, then the outcome is more pleasant. And especially now that the technology is rapidly improving with the VR and AR, and I see gamification having an even bigger role in everything we do.